yeah, he went way off the track, and I still almost hit him.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much at a loss. It's weird. Like any other time that I've sucked, I've always thought, yeah, it's easy to think like, I don't know, like my setup was bad or something. And even like after the first spin when I got the car repaired, I thought to myself, and there was they thought in my head when it was getting repaired that people had mentioned, yeah, once it's fixed, it's never the same again. And I would love to be able to say that too, but it's not. The car came out identical to the way the conditioning was at the start of the race, and I still did it again. I think it's like the last two races, both times it happened immediately after. I thought to myself, this is going well. Just relax and keep doing this. And
yeah, I'm having exactly the same.
So what the hell happened here?
I
went to cut under him, and then he just teleports right here.
Multiple
Suddenly he has a ton of grip. Look at that.
But I don't really know why.
I think, I mean, for me,
races are really hard though.
For me, it's more like every race last season, I was utterly terrified of losing the car every corner, and I paid attention, and like I didn't blink in corners and shit. And it's kind of, I think I'm more relaxed this season because the setup's better. So because I'm not fighting at every corner, it kind of like lulls you into like a false sense of security. And then the first time something goes wrong, it's like I'm just kind of daydreaming. It's weird. I mean, it's my fault. I mean, I'm driving bad. Technically, is the simplest way of describing it. But that's fucked up. That when the car feels better, I'm more likely to spin. If it feels all over the place, then I like keep an eye on it, take it easy and shit.
What the fuck? Oh no!
Yeah, exactly the same, Hank.
Oh no!
Really low speed spins all the time as well.
Oh, that's horrible, man.
Yeah, the easy one.
Oh my god.
I've been struggling with that all season. I went super safe this race. Like for first time, I felt good on hard.
That's terrible.
And you came home in 11th place too. I don't know if that's. I could check the standings. What your positions were, but
yeah, 11th. That's my season best. So I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Good for me.
I remember
that matches your season best, which was at whatever Britain was this year.
Yeah, and
that was weird, man.
On softs, so
it's a little bit deep. Not even really though. The rear just didn't want to.
I've been struggling with hard, so hard. I don't know.
Well, he went.
Well, at least you're on the up then.
You really wow. He gave up a ton of positions.
I mean, fuck. There'll probably be a patch tomorrow, and it'll screw everyone over again. But I mean, I think it may be like. I may just be trying to drive faster because I think like last season I was more like
something happened to Martin as well.
The track, so I was like leaving like 10th here, and 10th
no,
stay in the track. Whereas now I'm just out doing comfortable laps, and like I don't know, maybe the fear's gone or the.
I think
focus or something.
I think the lag isn't showing fully what happened in turn 1.
You know what probably is? I don't know if Dawu to be disappointed in me for losing.
The lag isn't showing fully what happened in turn 1 here.
But he's not racing anymore, is he?
Nah, his wheel broke and stuff. He's out for the foreseeable.
Yeah.
Man, Dakuza, I just saw what happened to you. Man, the ridges on these curbs are just brutal. But that's the worst one I've seen. That's horrible. That really sucks.
What corner?
P7.
After the hairpin. Like he just kind of goes onto the outside curb normally, and then he kind of goes to correct it, and it just whips his car one way then the other, and he goes straight into the wall at full speed.
Oh, is that near the start?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was like that didn't look. That didn't even look like you could save that if you tried. Like that was just stupid.
That's the M6 for you. When it goes suddenly. As you know, obviously, if driving it last season, but it does seem more knife edge lately. I don't know if that's my setups or not.
That really sucks. I feel so bad for him. Like it was straight to the wall too. That's the thing that sucked. If it was just a spin, whatever, but like it was straight to the wall. That was so weird.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that curb is deadly. I'm watching it on your stream.
It goes left, and then it goes right, and then he's just gone. There's no way. He didn't expect it to go right like that.
I don't understand. Like, that's not how the curbs work in real life, is it? Right?
I think, well, I'm missing a little bit because I'm seeing it with lag, but no, that is weird. Like, it dips, it pulls him left because he's initially, he's coming out of the corner, and then suddenly it goes right when he's not expecting it, and it's just, at that point, he's like sideways, and I don't think it fully shows it on the stream. Or on the replay.
I feel like that's what you're. Yeah, it's weird on the replay, but I feel like whatever the car did there, like that would never happen in an actual like real life race car.
It just sucks that it went into a wall. That's what really sucked. Like,
yeah,
that's even makes
really
it even worse.
GT cars, but if you remember Verstappen's been on.
Yeah, but those are Formula One cars.
On where though?
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
that one on second race is Dubai or
No, I don't remember.
Bahrain, when he spun on qualifying. That was like he just lost it totally.
Yeah, no, but what
Yeah, like
they,
I think he's already
the thing
sideways
is what
here.
They said there,
Then he hits this and it
he
fully
cla- or
unsettles it.
He
'Cause,
claimed
like he doesn't
that,
even come close to the race line. He must
the
have been
engine was
sliding.
giving him too much
Like,
power,
really
and then
hard.
what Red Bull said was that he just gunned it out of the corner where the car had no grip to begin with.
Oh, he's on a controller
just
too.
like,
That's right. I
you
always
know
forget
how
that.
you have, like,
you almost missed it. Look at how close
when
he
you
must have
go
missed
out
in the
of
wall.
hairpin or something, you just gun it, and the
He
car
would
will
have gone
tend to
right in there.
spin
He might have not even
if you
hit
don't
it.
have it set right.
It would have been close.
That's exactly what happened there, apparently.
Whatever.
Yeah.
He was smart enough not to pull in front of
yes,
everybody.
I
guess they were much
seen
tighter
GT
packed though.
racing,
So
like any
the
spins
reverse gear.
that happened. on this.
The weird thing
game.
that happened there is that I think that corner is pretty much that corner is flat out, and you're not really like accelerating all that much there.
So I spun around lap 12, 13.
Like, there's no throttle.
It was like once my car
or
settled
throttle
in.
position change, and it still does that, which is really weird.
So like I was finally getting used to the car. Remember, you were telling me to calm down, Doofer. Turn off auto clutch to calm down. Oh yeah, I had this moment
today
too.
Finished.
Forgot about that. This scared the hell out of me. This was
All
so
17
close.
of you.
Yeah, I
Look at
have to
that.
admit, I did consider having a simulated power outage, but no, rules are rules. I
Simulated
drove to the
power
end.
outage
Like I'm
is
sliding a little bit here.
Yeah,
it's
let's
see if I can
just
see inside the
points
car.
at this point.
Yeah, that's when you lean over and hit the reset button in your PC.
Like understeer, then I start sliding. Goes into a four-wheel slide.
You know, rules are rules and stuff.
A little bit
right
more
to the
understeer, then
end. I just
oversteer,
was-
understeer, a little bit oversteer, and then my rear
just really wanted
rear
to make
right
sure I
wheel
didn't
dips
screw
onto the
up any
curb.
of
That
the
was
leaders when they were
scary.
coming around to lap me. And then
It was just the
my
car was
eyes
just
came
doing
round
all
to lap
kinds
me,
of
and I'm that
things.
busy looking at my mini map and stuff and trying to work out where it let
That was so weird.
again. I'm just lucky I'd spun offline. You drove by.
I could feel the moment that the right rear touched,
What
right
I find interesting,
there. It instantly gets
Dan,
loose.
you were struggling like quite a bit during the middle stages of the race just before you pitted, and after that you were setting like lap times with the best of them at the front.
It was, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. At the start, I was setting like 39s, sorry, 39s, and then at the end again, I was setting 39s. I don't. As soon as I had that spin, it just fell off completely. I don't know what happened. Suddenly, I was doing 41s the whole time. It was really frustrating. That's why I went to pit. I'm like, maybe it'll help me out, but it didn't really. I mean, maybe it did a little bit. I almost caught Ticklish. I was setting my lap times were so good at the end, but it was hard for me to hold it consistently. One of the laps, I lost a second, and that was the difference between catching him and not. Turn 1 is just, it's so unfreaking consistent. It's really pissing me off. It was so good at the end too. It's just, yeah, a lap 13 or so. I don't know if you saw me spin, but
yeah,
I almost held it.
I saw that. I was like, he's gonna be mad at himself now.
Oh yeah, big time. I almost held it, but I didn't want to risk hitting the wall. That's why I just stood on the brakes. I was hoping the brakes would bring me back around.
Yeah, there is
another
like,
twitch right there.
I don't know.
Today
Today was like again with the commentating as well. I think it's just the size of the grids. Like,
yeah, it is.
Is if you have such a small grid, like 17 people, the race settles after 10 laps, and there's nothing.
Annoying.
There's absolutely nothing.
We have like these 1, 2, 3, 4 second gaps between everybody that would be normally duels because those gaps would be filled with another car. You know.
Yeah,
and if you
exactly.
Bit strategies just ruin racing.
And then there's the pits and everything. Like people just went into the pits to
avoid each other.
Yeah, to avoid fighting. There was that in this race as well. And at one point, like I think starting like lap
congrats, Leggy.
16 or whatever, I had nothing. I literally had nothing. There were laps where there was just like, you know how there's like in the race director, it shows you like exclamation points next to drivers' names who are within 1 second of another driver.
Yeah.
Like if they're just about 1 second behind them. None. Like there was nothing. Nobody was
like right here. This is when my car came in.
There was
sort of feeling really good. Or my lap times.
Incredible.
140.0. This is when they really came in.
Less fighting than in Catalonia. Which
it's
is
so
weird.
Yeah, this is what I don't understand about this track. I think we all expected there to be a lot of dueling here. Just the layout of the track, it's good for, slipstreaming, sending on the brakes, going side by side, stuff like that. There was like none of that. I think the dirty air was hurting us so much that it just split us up, which is the opposite of Brno. We actually had quite a few close races, battles at Brno, I think, despite that being like the most high-speed corners possible. It doesn't make any sense.
I think maybe the difference is, and supposedly that's one of the reasons why Catalunya is such a washout in F1, because they test there, everyone knows that track, like every single bump, they know it so perfectly well, so no one can go and like have a better line than someone, and no one goes and like they're like, I don't know, people don't make mistakes at Catalunya, and I think maybe that's just kind of what happened here. Like everyone kind of knows Hockenheim, and it's a pretty easy track, so there's like, I mean, but I'm looking just as you're going through, everyone's lap times are like so consistent, like within 0.2 of a second of each other every lap.
So weird. I don't know what happened. I still don't accept this at all. I do not.
People just don't screw up here except me.
Gone. It's just gone. Just like that.
Need
it's
to
just gone.
Up a lot
Doesn't make any fucking sense. You can see I hit the brakes. Hit the brakes when the smoke comes out. I hit the brakes to try and stop it.
I'll just go commentate tier 3 because they're just about, like they're just about as fast as you, but they crash a lot.
Maybe that was throttle. I don't know. Whatever. And then I almost crashed.
There was a few incidents like at the first few laps. It was kind of difficult to catch what was going on because we were trying to follow the front.
Yeah,
you guys were still pretty close.
That was my fault. That was my fault.
There was like
That's
a few spin-outs that I didn't catch.
He went to avoid me. I didn't realize he was in front and he was that close. Yeah, I don't know, man. If I were him, I would have went inside, though. If I were him, I would have 100%. I would have went inside. I know he obviously didn't see it coming, but like, why would he just keep going outside like that? He can see that I'm. What am I going to do? Slam on the brakes on the racing line? Like, he's not. He's thinking.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's thinking, oh, I got to avoid where the car is, not where the car is going to go.
Just go for pits.
It was my fault, 100%, but I wouldn't have done that if I were him. It almost caused a collision. We both tried to avoid it.
Your creep is
like, look how close that was, man. Jesus.
Not the same. It's a bit lower.
That was super tight.
Everything a bit harder.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, Ice. I misjudged how close he was, honestly.
Yeah, it's
like I saw on the map here.
I don't know. I
saw this dot and I saw a gap. I'm like, okay, I can quickly slam on the throttle, pull away,
in terms of pace,
pull off the track.
Really high throughout the entire grid.
And I would have made it off the track without getting in his way, but it would have been tight.
But
I misjudged it.
Just the front in the 39s, but it was just.
It's hard to say if he went wide because of me or if he was just going to go wide anyway. He sees me there, and then he's like, "Okay, I gotta go wide." And then he kind of just keeps his wheels straight at that point.
I'm not sure what to write as
okay.
Like, you know,
if I were him in this scenario right here, I'm like, okay, car's pulling off. I would go straight right here. He still doesn't go straight. He keeps turning, and then he goes straight. At that point, it's like, okay, you're gonna have a really close incident, or you're gonna have a crash. You know, again, it's not his fault. I understand, but like, I would have went straight before the curb, completely before the curb. Like, you have tons of time to react to that. I don't know. It was weird. I would have made it anyway. Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to justify something that was stupid and I shouldn't have done. But like, he would have made it behind me here, just barely. It would have been tight. If he was riding on the curb, we might have collided, but. You could have just lifted a little bit, too, and just went inside. I don't know. It was just weird. Yeah, I know. No, it's my fault. It's my fault, Shooter. I shouldn't be doing that. That's my fault, 100%. That's a penalty for me. And he's going to get the position because of it, too, so. I think it was an option for him, though, honestly. Because it's him, he's going to submit an inquiry about it. Anybody probably should on that case, because that was a stupid move by me. I just, like I said, I did not predict how quick that corner is. On any other corner, that would have been plenty of space on the minimap, but not on that corner. That corner's too quick. Like, I'm looking at the minimap right here, and right there, I'm like, slamming the throttle. I gotta spin it around. I thought it was gonna take off quicker than that. But I, like, drifted and shit. God, it was tight. Look from Ticklish perspective, he probably thought it was gonna be a crash, too. See, he just does that. That's what I'm saying. I thought Master would do that as well. Go where I am, not where I'm going to be, right? All I'm saying. I didn't, anyway, whatever. I'm gonna get a penalty for it, I'm sure. Just lucky we didn't collide. Had we collided, we both would have been really pissed. I still just want to understand how I spun. That's what I'm still not getting. How this happened in the first place. At this point, I was super tilted because it didn't make any sense to me. Fourth, third, bang. This is as soon as I grab third gear. It's just gone completely. Brakes, off the brakes, brakes again, it's already gone. Like, it's so odd. I'm telling you, that was the same way I did that corner every time. It looks like I turned in later though. Like I was sliding on that curb more than I usually did. Brake. I think it was just a little bit too much brake, a little bit too much steering at the same time. Coming off that curb, that little bump off the curb, it was just enough to unsettle it. What's up, Revy? See, like from my view, I don't know, from my view, you can see why I went for that. Like look at the mini-map right here, look at this gap, right? But no, I didn't do it quick enough, because I was stalled. Yeah, I misjudged. Once I got here, I'm like, okay, I feel like he's going to go. I was looking at the mini-map, I'm like, okay, it looks like he's not even on the racing line anymore. Had I stayed in the throttle to get out of his way, that would have been a collision, 100%. Like there's so much luck involved there. I can't even see them coming around the corner at this point. I don't know. So how long was I stalled for? I did stall. Starts right there. Yeah, I think I think it was the stalling that caused that. Had I not stalled, I would have gotten out of the way in time. Like I'm stalled, I get unstalled right when let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's too bad. Whatever. What are you gonna do? I wanted to rotate before this car was even coming by me. So I was hoping I could rotate and pull off at the same time. Anyway, I'm not sure there's much else to see after that, really. And me and Master Duel super frustrated behind him. His pace was like way worse than mine at that time. Yeah, Timo, that's how I fell off, you guys. I was actually keeping up, like up and forth just fine until that. Once that happened, my lap times completely disappeared. Look at my last lap, 40.3. Watch, my next like 5-10 laps are all 41s. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Maybe it's some kind of imaginary flat spot. That could be it. Maybe I flat spotted them. Like legit, maybe. Oh, that engine done. He kept throttling like very lightly out of the corners. It was really getting me, irking me. Right here, he freaking no, it wasn't here. It was the next lap. He moved on braking on me there. I got so triggered. You gotta be kidding me. That's how we almost collided in, or that is how we collided in Indianapolis as well, because he moved on braking on me. Would have been called my fault too had it been a collision here. Most likely. I mean, you can see I'm just getting way more power down than him through all of this. I was actually a 40.6, interesting. Maybe the grip just fell off for me after I passed him then. But we actually weren't going that slow, it just felt like I was getting super slowed down by him. Yeah, right there, like... I think he's in second gear. See, Ice, this is why I don't like second gear in that corner, because you end up getting just, the run just is really lazy. Yeah, he was definitely in second gear. You could hear it. Right here, he almost cuts me off the road. Although that's easy to do, to be fair. In his defense, that is very easy to do. I think I did the same thing to somebody in one of the practice races. Because it's not a straight, it's like a bendy straight. Right here, I thought I was going to hit him. And then this is where he moves on braking on me. Like, what? Why? I don't understand that line. What was I supposed to do there? Like, right here he starts, okay, like he's going right. He's going right here, right? Straightens up, okay, fair enough, this is good, this is fine. But then right here he starts fading left. It's like, what am I supposed to do? If I had hit him, He would have caused a huge inquiry about that. What am I supposed to do? There's nothing I can do there. At all. I flipped out when that happened. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta pit. I think after this lap, I'm like, I gotta pit. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. And then he does that. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pit to get out of his way. And then he does that, and I have an open track. I'm like, okay, well, now I don't even have a reason to pit. But later in the race, I should have pitted then. It would have been better for my tires. I should have pitted then. Because it took my tires too long to come back in. After I pitted, 3 or 4 laps, they were really cold. The lap times were bad. They were like high 41s. That's pretty much the story of my race. That's basically all that happened. Nothing else happened after that. I had a few more moments on turn 1 where I kept getting triggered by it and stuff, so that's about it. Yeah, that's exactly what happened, Ice. I turned in a little bit too much when I shifted down to 3rd, but I still don't. I don't know. It shouldn't. It was so violent how quickly it happened. None of the other laps around that lap had I felt anything near that. So it was so weird for that to just come out of nowhere like that. Yeah, I know exactly, Timo. It's like that was damage control. Had I tried to recover that spin and I hit the wall instead, like instead of just standing on the brakes making sure I control it, actually trying to recover it, and had I snapped into the wall, that would have been worse. I would have ended up way worse than 9th. So I think it was the right thing to do at the time. It just sucks that I got myself a penalty doing that. I'm assuming I have a penalty. I probably should. So in the heat of the moment, I was like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Of course, right? I didn't think it was my fault at all, but. Like after I calmed down for a few laps, I was like, yeah, that was bad. There's another twitch right there. Yeah, this is again turn 1. Like this freaking curve, man. Turn in is like a little bit loose. Okay, bounce, bang, boom, zoom, all over the place. Like, Jesus, man. Actually, almost cut it there. That unsettles the car. I recover it. Fucking curve with the ridge on it unsettles the car again. I have to slam on the brakes. And this is where Master just sat on my bumper for a while, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get into a duel with Master, I might as well pit. It just makes sense. I think I pitted on lap 19. Here, he almost, I mean, he didn't really do anything wrong here. He just sent it on me, but... Yeah, no, he braked. See, that's what I was saying. Gift. Who was it? Gift? I was saying that. He braked at the same point as me. There's just not as much braking grip at all on the inside line there. And I turned in there, we definitely would have collided. I'm lucky I saw him in my mirror. Yeah, you can see I go to turn in. I go to start turning in right there, and I'm like, nope. Outside seems to win a lot around that hairpin, strangely, though. Most hairpins aren't like that. Anyway. Sorry, I missed a bunch of chat. Yeah, exactly, Shooter. Yeah, we both went to move. We went to move to the same side at the same time. Yeah. I guess I play enough pub lobbies to be used to avoiding incidents like that. So. Yakuza, you talking about turn 1? Are you talking? Oh, you're talking about turn 8. Yeah, I mean, it's just he should have left me room. In my opinion, he should have left me room, but whatever. It's like he was in the middle, then he swerved right, then he was straight, and then he was left. It was like, okay, where are you going? You know? It doesn't help that that's my worst corner. I'm terrible at that corner. I cannot get that one consistent. That one's just as bad as turn 1 for me. Except, luckily, turn 8 isn't as... It's not as punishing when you get it wrong. Turn 1, it really is punishing. See, that's where I pitted. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else to see here, really. I started catching ticklish at the end. I noticed you pitted on the same lap as me, actually, Timo. Alright, well, I don't know what I'm going to do now. A bit of pub lobbies or something.